Well, he was labeled a crazy man, all because he spoke out about the time that he was abducted by a UFO or glowing orb on the banks of the Cape Fear River. That was nearly 20 years ago.
Today, the North Carolina country boy from Fayetteville is one of the most sought out after speakers on the UFO world stage. Lawmakers, scientists, ufologists, and high-ranking government officials do seek him out to learn about his alleged unique relationship with otherworldly entities, or ETs.
All right, in her newest episode of the original Queen City News Plus program, We Are Not Alone, you guessed it, host MayCay sits down with the famed Chris Bledsoe. She joins us now with a preview of that conversation. MayCay, you've been very excited to talk about this.
I have. So if you are into ufology, you know the name. And if you are new to the UFO community, you should know Chris Bledsoe. He's a world-renowned super experiencer when it comes to UFOs, UAPs, orbs, and a floating entity known as the Lady. As the author of the best-selling book, UFO of God, Bledsoe believes his encounters with glowing orbs and non-human entities are not hostile aliens, but represent divine interventions that may be compared to biblical angels. He has had many encounters since his initial experience in 2007. I asked him if he ever had doubts about what he has seen, about his abduction, in which he says he was taken. Take a listen.
People have these experiences in their dreams, or they wake up with a mark or something strange, or they see a light go by, and then they always have this little doubt: was that a plane? Was that a satellite? But what happened to me was at 5:15 in the afternoon on a sunny evening, these 3 giant balls of fire came out of the sky, took me away for 4 hours. There was a manhunt with 4 other people looking for me. When they brought me back, everybody saw these things, the group with me, and so there was no doubting it because I had other witnesses with me.
Fascinating to speak with him. Very well-known lawmakers, former CIA intelligence officials have all spoken with him and sought him out about his experiences, almost 2 decades worth. What do you think? I know Julian is,
the fact that he was missing,
yeah,
and that his friends allegedly, that there was a manhunt for him,
yeah,
and they saw him, I mean, that gives you pause.
It gives
right?
you pause, and his son was part of it too. I have an open mind.
Right.
You know that. I'm not telling you what to believe, but I found him to be very genuine and a very sweet, gentle soul. He's from North Carolina. He's from Fayetteville. I've been trying for a year to get this interview. I was just delighted to be able to sit down with him. The book is fabulous. The episode, I think you'll enjoy it. It's only about 22 minutes. It's streaming right now on Queen City News Plus. You can watch anytime on Queen City News YouTube on We Are Not Alone, and I really can't recommend it enough.
What did he have to say about all these high-ranking people seeking him out? Did he say it was for actual, research? I'm sure he has a lot of people that say you're crazy.
Oh yeah, for years he went through such stress. Incredible stress. Everybody thought he was ridiculous, crazy. UFO people didn't even like him. But then the intelligence community, the government, started to pay notice and apparently feel that he is credible.
Interesting.
So they reach out to him because, well, why do you have these experiences when we're trying to figure it all out? And he says, look, these aren't evil demons. This is something divine. You make your own judgment. Watch the episode. Let me know what you think about it. Okay. We Are Not Alone. Right now, tune in, streaming on Queen City News Plus and on our YouTube channel.
Okay. All right, MayCay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
It is interesting.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.